Good morning and welcome to another video in this wonderful woodland that we're in at the moment. The weather this morning is patchy cloud, so we've got a mix of dull and sunshine, but no actual rain forecast today, so hopefully we'll be in for a good day. We've got breakfast on the go. Been bacon and summer fruit pancakes. I reckon we're in for a good feed this morning. Mavi's desperate for his breakfast. There we go, look at that. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of lemon. And you can't have pancakes without sugar and lemon. Excuse the butter that's already on the fork. That is lovely. That is very nice. What do you think of this pancake, Mav? What do you reckon? Is that good? One thing that's really useful to have around camp is a pair of these leather work gloves. Good for just moving ashes and that around in the fire, and for moving hot cast iron pans. Obviously you can't hold it for long because the heat does go through the glove, but yeah, these are really useful to have. Okay, so this is the Ridge Monkey water carrier. These come in 3 different sizes. I think it's 5, 10 and 15 litres. This one is the 10 litre, and we found this absolutely fantastic. It's been brilliant this weekend. It's quite ergonomic to carry. The handle's a little bit off centre, but it's not too bad. You have a small filler cap at that end, a large filler cap at this end, and one of the excellent things about this, if you undo the large filler cap, there's a tap attached underneath the cap. So we take that off, take off the small cap, that then fits back in the big cap out of the way. If that cap's off, you've got a nice big hole, you can get your hand in there to clean it out, and it's dead easy to fill it with that big hole as well. So then we can put the tap on that end. We can put the tap on that end, just leave that slightly cracked open. Turn the tap to the on position. It says on it, on or off. I think I've just gone the wrong way with that. It's dead easy to use to pour it out. The shape of it on the end, it is relatively flat, so you could stand it on the edge of a table, so so it stood up upright. That way around, so it stood on the table, so you could just use the tap whenever you need to. But yeah, we found this an absolutely brilliant bit of kit. It's been really useful this weekend, so really pleased with that. It's been just the job for us, that one. Okay, so I've just made a little bit of a frame off the ground there, so I can stick these bits of firewood on there, hopefully keep them off the ground and keep them dry with a bit of luck. So hopefully any rain that does fall on that will just drip through and not soak into the wood too much, hopefully. Lurch is looking for food again. So I finally settled on a sleep system that would actually work. The other one I tried was a little bit chilly, so this is the system I'm using that kept me and Maverick quite warm last night. Go on then, get up. So we used the British Army bivvy bag that I use when I'm tarp camping, and inside that I've got a wool blanket, sleep mat, and the wool blanket is folded, then the sleeping bag, and the wool blanket loops round and back over again. And with this being so wide at the top, there was just about room for me and Mav to get in there last night. So we actually had quite a cosy night's sleep in there last night, despite the fact that it was actually quite cold. This sleeping bag isn't a 4-season sleeping bag. If you're in a 4-season sleeping bag, you probably wouldn't have an issue, but this is a 2-season sleeping bag. But with the blanket, the bivvy bag, and a hot water Mav, we slept quite well last night, didn't we, pup? Nice and cosy, weren't we? Another thing I found particularly useful are these. These are rubber, and they are absolutely ideal for just slipping on your feet if you need to nip out in the night without having to put your big boots on. So having a pair of those is really handy. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this place changes during the seasons. We're on the 1st of April today, and as you can see, The trees haven't actually come out into leaf yet. Plenty of buds, but not much in the way of actual leaves. The woodland floor is actually carpeted in bluebells, most of which haven't come up yet. Although some of them have. They are the first ones appearing. The ferns are starting to come up. So hopefully, as we come a few times during the year, we'll see how all this changes. This tree here's still got some of its old leaves, starting to come out with fresh buds. Well, if there's one piece of kit that has served me exceptionally well over the years, it's this Crusader cook set. Did a camp, must be over 10 years ago now, and my youngest put the plastic cup in the fire, hence the battle scars there, but it's still going strong. The burner that I made for it, which you may have seen in one of my videos many years ago, the boot polished tin burner, that's getting to the point where it needs replacing now, but still going. You can see the cooker there's had some use, and so has the cup, but this kit has served me very, very well. If there's one piece of kit that I would highly, highly recommend that is going to last you a lifetime, it's going to be the Crusader cook set. Absolutely fabulous bit of kit. I'll show you the correct way to make sure you put your fire out properly and finished off where your fire's been. If we just get this out of the way. This may look like it's out, but I can almost guarantee you that it's not. So we need to give it a good dousing. See the steam coming off that now? So that could have relit. So we give that a good dousing. Make sure it's plenty wet. So one side to cool off for a minute. And you need to get a stick and you need to give it a good dig and a good mush up. You can actually feel the heat still coming off that. If that had been left as it was, that fire could have restarted. I'll scrape it back down to bare earth. Tin foil in there that's not burned can go in the bin. Let's give it a good old mush down. Get that water in that. To make sure it's all totally out. You can still see there's heat coming off that piece. And then if there was a lot of ashes left in there and a lot of embers, you know, lots of unburnt pieces, when that's cooled down you just scatter them. When it's cooled down, not before, you just scatter them. Fill a bit of extra earth, leaves and whatnot back over your fireplace, and nobody will ever know you've been there. And that is the correct way to remove a fire after you've finished with it. So I'll let that cool down. We'll come back to it and just make it back how it was originally before we came. So that is now cold. There's no heat at all in there now. That's probably 20 minutes or so. So what we do now, we get some bits of leaf litter, foliage, whatever, spread it around in there. So nobody knows that anybody's had a fire there. Now before you leave, just check round and make sure there's no litter or anything that you've left behind. Now normally all this fire furniture around here will be cleared away, but we will be coming back to this site. We have permission from the site owner, so this will hopefully be a semi-permanent camp for us for this year. So we have permission for this to stay where it is, but normally all that would be removed and the woodland would look exactly as it was before we came in the first place. So that is how to clear up your fire pit. So, after a rather wet last day, the sun's come out. We've packed up, we've tidied up, we've left the site, as I mentioned earlier, not quite like nobody's ever been here, but we do have permission off the landowner. And I'd like to say a special thank you to Lawrence and Iona for allowing us to camp here. This site is absolutely beautiful, and a big thank you for helping us with the gear down to the car with the quad and trailer. Lawrence, that is much appreciated. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. So that's the end of the video. Hopefully we'll be back down here again soon, making some more, and we'll catch you a little bit further down. So take care everybody, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now. Good morning and welcome to another total loss of lack of being able to speak. Got breakfast on the go, bacon and fruit pancakes. What's in the pancakes? Fruit. Oh, fruit, yo! Blinking aeroplanes.